what attracted me to the script? Well, obviously the character was very interesting, and I remember reading it and thinking, when we came to the trial scene, this is so unlikely, it has to be true. And you always know, I had to go then and inquire if it was based on truth, which it was, up to a point. In terms of the court case, it certainly was. So then it became fascinating about what would lead somebody to live that particular life, and then the consequences. What I liked about it was that that wasn't the end of the story. There was a further chapter. And when you deal with something that's based on fact, you can suspend disbelief because it's already happened, if that makes sense. So the fact that these circumstances had been real meant that you didn't have to question whether the court case could happen, because it did. It's not an easy journey. So what was important to me playing this guy, whoever he was, who's little bits of different people obviously, is that first of all, we don't patronize the circumstances, but also there's a certain contrariness and a certain hurt and a certain evasiveness that are, all of which are involved in being able to maintain a life away from, the security of other people and the security of the various systems. With this guy, I felt it was a choice. I felt there was a weakness he felt in his own character, which was that he had run away from various situations in his life. But he had found a way to make it work for him. And he also found a way not to be a burden to other people or to himself. So in that case, I kind of envy his freedom. She's completely herself is the thing. So you never quite know what way it's going to all work out. So it's been refreshing and fun. And she's extraordinarily generous off camera as well as on, which not a lot of people in her, of her status. Well, that's not true. Maybe quite a lot of people of her status are that way, but not everyone. So in other words, she works as hard for you off camera when she's off camera as she does when she's on camera. So it's like, it's been a joy really. Although not completely removed. He does have contact with people. And she, on the other hand, is a part of society, but really isn't participating very much for the last number of years. She's found out that what she thought was quite a firm and secure setup was anything but, both financially and emotionally. Heath is a very particular place. There are very few places like it where you have, basically a nature reserve overlooking a vast capital city. And it's been maintained as such for ordinary people. And the wildlife, while being husbanded, has been allowed. There's a wildness allowed in the heath that's very unusual, and of course people are very protective of that. So he's managed to become part of that landscape in a very particular way. So whether it could happen elsewhere, you will always find a park, but I'm not sure if you'll find one with quite the same character as Hampstead.